What's up, guys? I'm going to show you what a typical breakfast of mine looks like lately. I haven't been doing a lot of those videos in a while, so I just wanted to show you guys what I eat usually now in the mornings and stuff, and how I think it's been helping me feel a lot better and also give me better health. So, enjoy. So I got some bacon here cooking on the oven in my new pan. I got it for Christmas. And I'm going to be eating some eggs. And I get ones that have the omega-3 in them. I also try to get eggs from the farm when I can. One thing that I tend to do is, if you notice, I like to try to cook food on a low flame. It's always better to cook it that way, and it's better for the pans too, because it helps preserve it. This is ceramic, so it doesn't have like the aluminum or any of that bad toxic stuff in it. This is the bacon that I will eat. It doesn't have nitrates, although nitrates and stuff apparently occur naturally in like celery, so it does have celery in here. And it doesn't have antibiotics or no growth promotants, no MSG, and it's gluten-free. It does have like a little bit of sugar, turbinado sugar, but it's very like small amount, 1 gram, so it'd be like 3 grams. But not enough to really bother you. I mean, if it does, just I guess you have to avoid it. But in the next segment of my video here, I'm gonna talk about the benefits of bacon, because a lot of people have this belief, and I think it's like not politically correct to eat bacon, because a lot of people think that it's bad and it's unhealthy, and it can be true that it can be unhealthy, but it depends on, I guess, like where you are getting your bacon from and stuff. And I also drink this strawberry smoothie. It's basically just banana, and I put some strawberries in here, and then some chia seeds for omega-3. So I'll eat that. And also, I've been trying to include this organic, natural fermented and raw sauerkraut. So I'll have a little bit of that with my breakfast as well. It's good to try to have this actually with breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you eat 3 meals a day. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be eating for my breakfast. So alright guys, in the next video, or actually in the next segment, I'll talk about the benefits of bacon and stuff. Alright, bye. So as I promised, guys, I'm going to share with you some of the benefits of bacon. Now I have it loaded up here on my computer, and I'm going to read off the website Authority Nutrition. It's actually a really good website because it goes against a lot of the politically correct nutrition advice out there on a lot of other websites. So it looks at other science and other studies to support, you know, what they're trying to get across and what they're trying to share with everyone. So, you know, there's a lot of ideas that bacon's really bad for you, right? You probably heard that bacon's bad because it's got a lot of cholesterol. You've probably heard that bacon's bad for your heart because it's full of saturated fat. And a lot of that came from the idea that saturated fat clogs your arteries, you know. And it was actually completely untrue, but yet it went into effect a long time ago. The vegetable oils started taking over, and people started using things like canola oil and soybean oil and all these different oils. And then people switched over to margarine instead of butter. And yeah, everybody thought it was healthier, but yet heart disease and things just went through the roof. So it was completely not based on good science. But anyways, how is bacon made? Bacon is most commonly made from pork, the meat from pigs, but you can also find bacon that's in other forms of meat, like turkey. It says bacon is typically goes through a curing process where the meat is soaked in a solution of salt, nitrates, spices, and sometimes sugar. And in some cases, the bacon is smoked afterwards. The reason that they cure it is done basically to preserve the meat. The high salt makes the meat an unfriendly environment for bacteria to live in, and the nitrates also fight bacteria and help the bacon to preserve its red color. So there's a reason why, there's those nitrates in bacon. It isn't just because some people think that they put it in there to give people cancer or anything like that. But bacon is a processed meat, and the amount of processing will depend upon the ingredients and who is manufacturing it. So in a lot of cases, you're probably better off trying to get like a natural brand of bacon or going right to a farmer who is raising his pigs on healthy foods and stuff. Now, bacon does have a lot of fat in it, but it's a good kind of fat, actually. A lot of people think, well, bacon's just full of saturated fat, but actually, most of the fat, 50% of the fat, actually is monounsaturated, which a large part is oleic acid, which is the same kind of fat as found in olive oil. Now, in the Mediterranean diet, olive oil is said to be very beneficial for your heart and just your overall health. And then about 40% is saturated fat with a little decent amount of cholesterol. And depending on what the animal actually ate, 10% could be polyunsaturated fatty acids like omega-6. Now, the reason why a lot of omega-6 fats could be bad for someone is because if you're eating a typical American diet and a lot of processed junk foods and whatnot, you're getting an overabundance of omega-6, and that can cause inflammation in your body. But if you're eating a lot of omega-3 too, it's not really anything you should worry about, because most people, if you eat fish and take chia seeds or flax seeds, you should really balance all that out, and it won't be a problem for you. But typically, bacon doesn't have a large part of polyunsaturated fats, like I say, about 10% or less, especially depending on whatever the pig ate. So that's really good to know. Bacon is actually very nutritious, believe it or not. It seems like in politically correct nutrition, they're always telling us to avoid the things that are actually very nutritious for us, that could maybe make us feel better, But yeah, meat tends to be very nutritious, and bacon is no exception. A typical 100-gram portion of cooked bacon includes 37 grams of high-quality protein, tons of B vitamins. You got B1, B2, B5, B6, B12, the whole gamut of B vitamins, which are important for your energy. You get selenium, phosphorus, and you'll get decent amounts of minerals like iron, magnesium, potassium. So it's a wonderful, wonderful source of great nutrition. Now, the other thing that bacon usually has is salt. And, there's a lot of studies suggesting that actually salt isn't bad for you, and that a lot of the studies where they say lower your salt intake is kind of overblown. I guess it kind of depends on an individual basis. If salt seems to bother you, or your doctor says, that you should avoid salt because you're trying to lower your blood pressure or something, try it. I don't think that there's like a one rule for everyone. I think though that there's some good principles, like try to get bacon with sea salt if you can. Sea salt contains other minerals, and it's a much healthier form of salt for you. And the other thing is nitrates. A lot of people have this common belief that nitrates have been linked with cancer. However, a lot of those studies have actually been refuted. And our bodies are loaded with nitrates, actually, and our biggest dietary source is vegetables. Yeah, you heard that right, vegetables. I'll let you read the rest of that if you're interested in it. In the description box down below, I'll put a link to the website here. But there's other things like potentially harmful compounds. See, like anything in life, if you do too much of it, or you do it the wrong way, it's probably going to be, detrimental to you. For example, if you cook the bacon at really extremely high temperatures, kind of like grilling a hamburger and doing barbecue, that can create harmful compounds like polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons or heterocyclic amines. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but they have been associated with cancer. And some meats can also contain pathogens like bacteria, viruses, and parasites. So you need to cook the meat well enough to destroy those things, but you also don't want to cook your meat to a crisp either. That's why I showed you in the first segment of this video that I like to cook bacon very slow, or any kind of meat actually. Cook it very slow on a low flame. Yeah, it takes a little longer to cook your food, but it's much healthier for you to do it that way, and you'll also be avoiding all these dangerous compounds. Another thing is that when you eat bacon, because of these compounds and different things that could be potentially dangerous for your health, I also make sure that I try to eat some vitamin C with it, and also butter, which has vitamin A, which can counteract a lot of those compounds and also protect you from any type of free radicals and stuff like that. So it's a good idea to try to have, like I say, vitamin C and vitamin A along with that meal. But at the end of the day, I've been eating bacon, and I enjoy it. I think it's made me feel happier. It gives, the fat in the bacon makes you feel full. It makes you feel like you have a good sense of well-being. It gives you energy. I would assume that it's good for boosting testosterone levels, which are very important for you to feel well. So all in all, I think bacon is not a really bad food. But if you're getting bacon like at Subway or McDonald's or these fast food joints, the bacon probably typically is a lot less healthy for you than if you were to go out to a farm or find a good organic or natural brand of bacon that doesn't have bad stuff in it, and where the pig, was eating a lot healthier diet. The other thing I would just mention is that, a lot of religious people, be that of Christian or be that of Muslim or what have you, a lot of them will avoid pork altogether because of their particular beliefs. Although it should be noted that in the New Testament, Christians aren't commanded to have to abstain from all forms of food like that. That was a specific dietary law, from my understanding, that was given to the Israelites specifically. And we are told that we can now eat everything, that we should also give thanks for it as well. So, we're no longer technically under that law. We're under Christ. So, if you guys want to know more about that, I guess I could put a link down in the description box about that too, because a lot of people are confused about that whole thing. And look, even if somebody chooses not to eat pork, it's wrong for any type of Christian to judge them on that. We aren't to judge somebody about what they eat or what they don't eat. We can confront them and say, hey, maybe that particular thing you're eating isn't so healthy, and recommend something healthier. But doing it in love, always doing all this in love. Don't coming down hard on someone because they're eating something or whatever. We're not to pass judgment upon one another like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please like, and let me know what you guys eat. Do you enjoy pork? Do you eat bacon at all? And how's it made you feel in your life? Has it made you feel any healthier? Has it given you any more energy? So I guess with that, take care.